Hello. Namaste. Namaste and welcome to this live stream, this live yoga class with me. My name is Laura. And we're going to be enjoying today a practice of Hatha yoga, gentle Hatha yoga. So a movement practice of asana, postures, and some meditation woven in, relaxation, of course. So if you are joining me live, please be sure to check in the live chat, in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to connect with you there. I love seeing the comments coming in. It just is very exciting. So do say hello if you're here live. And be sure to stick around to the end of this practice. I'm excited to share with you a little bit of information about a Hatha yoga teacher training that I assist with, that I am a part of with the School of Living Yoga. I'm one of the faculty there, so I'm excited to share with you a little bit about that yoga teacher training in case you have been looking for a 200-hour YTT. Then you can stick with me to the end of this video and after our practice, and I'll share some details about that. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to dive in. I'm going to make my way back to my mat, and we'll get started. Beautiful. So as you are settling in and finding your way to your yoga mat, please reach for a couple of props that will be supportive for the practice. You can have a pillow for your head for relaxation, a bolster as well. And maybe you have for the practice a block or two. So one block is wonderful. If you happen to have two, then you can grab two of them and we can weave in a nice heart-opening posture for our final relaxation. Good. Let's start from a seated position. So as you're settling in, you might like to reach for a pillow to sit on top of. Perhaps you feel more comfortable sitting on a block. That's also a nice option, or a folded blanket or bolster. Good. Sitting toward the edge of your prop, and then mindfully, intentionally drawing the tailbone downward, pressing down through sits bones. Maybe the legs are crossed. Just know that you can shift your position anytime. And what's most important is that you're comfortable and that the breath can flow gently in and out of the body. So the breath becomes restricted if we're slouching in the body or if we're sitting up in a rigid way. So welcome the sense of spaciousness, the sense of height with relaxation. The eyes may close down. Take any other movements that help you to settle in here. Our practice today is themed around the heart chakra, anahata chakra. So you might feel the call to connect with the space of the heart. In the physical body, this is the chest and the upper back, the shoulders. Maybe some movement comes, some gentle rolls of the shoulders as you're settling in. This is an area we habitually carry tension. So it could be very nice to roll the shoulders out gently as you're arriving here. As you start to bring your awareness into the body. You might sense that as you are rolling through the shoulders, the chest is opening, the front of the heart space is opening. And it's like a massage for your upper back, for the back of the heart. Allow that movement to settle into stillness as you're ready. And just know that you can come back to any intuitive movement anytime you need. Notice the sense of support that you have beneath your body. You might sense the points of contact that you share with the earth below. Feel the crown of the head reaching up toward the sky. You might visualize the spinal column lengthening, elongating, as if drawing both downward and upward at the same time, creating space between the vertebrae and the spine. The heart chakra, anahata, is the fourth chakra in the middle of the chakra system. And so it calls us to find a sense of balance. The middle of the chakras that are in the lower area, between those and the ones in the upper area, like the throat, third eye, and crown. Anahata also stimulates, builds our relationship to the air element and the sense of touch. You might just sense the touch of the air on your skin, the air that's all around you, constantly in contact with air element, that sense of touch as well. Maybe you feel your clothing on your body. You may sense the eyelids, the upper and lower eyelids in contact, or the weight of the hands in your lap. Again, the earth below. You sense the presence of the air all around you. And as it flows within the body with each breath, breathing in and out, sense as the air draws down and into the body on the inhalation, up and out of the body as you exhale, back into the space around you, and then breathing in, drinking in another nourishing breath. Breath draws down and into the body. Body relaxes outward. Exhale, breath draws up and out. Body softens. Let's go. Feeling as you expand around your inhalations, as you soften around the exhales. And start to sense the breath in the space of the heart, the chest, the upper back. As we connect with the element of air through anahata chakra, we also connect with the creatures that are with wings, like the birds in the sky. You might imagine that you have a 360-degree view of your breath, or like a bird's eye view of the breath moving through the front, sides, back of the body and the heart center. Front, sides, back of the heart center. You may visualize your lungs moving like wings in the heart, like a pair of wings feathering out. And down and in, feathering out on the inhale, and then down and in on the exhale. Let's take 3 more breaths here. We'll breathe in through the nose and out of the mouth. 2 more times. Once more. Now imagine your arms moving as extensions of your lungs. Your arms like wings at your sides. You inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, reach out and down. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, out and down. As you reach down, tuck the chin toward the chest. As you reach up, lift the chin. Exhale, looking downward, fingertips graze the earth. Inhale, fingertips reach up toward the sky, look up. Beautiful. Now the next time that your arms reach out and down, we'll pause there. Chin toward the chest. Inhale, draw the right ear toward the right shoulder. Exhale, send the chin toward the chest. Inhale, left ear toward left shoulder. Exhale, chin toward chest. And you can flow from side to side. You might even like to trace the head all the way around in a full circle. Perhaps exhaling at the bottom of the circle toward the chest, and then inhaling around the top. If you're circling, go the other way. Wonderful. Now looking up, we'll lift the arms. Inhale. Interlace your fingers. Exhale, palms press forward. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Breathe in, lift the palms, arch the spine, look up. Breathe out, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, round the back. Palms forward. So you can keep flowing in this way. I'm hoping that you're still able to see me. There's some beautiful sunbeams coming into the space and I can see them on the screen. I hope you can still see me all right. You can also just follow the sound of my voice. Good. Now the next time that you round your back and your palms reach forward, breathing out, let's inhale, open the arms to the sides, draw the heart forward. So you arch the spine. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, round the back as you press your palms forward, interlacing fingers. Inhale, arms reach out like wings, heart shines forward. Let's keep flowing with the breath. Some gentle cat and cow stretches, and you can keep moving along. Just checking in with the comments here quickly. Oh, thank you, Allie. She says the sunbeams are kind of magical and making me look like an angel. Wow. Thank you. And thank you for being here. Okay, so one more time we'll inhale, open the heart, arching through the spine, cow stretch. Exhale, interlace the fingers. You press palms forward, rounding the back. Then inhale, lift the palms back up again. Let's draw the hands to the back of the head. Open the elbows, engaging through the core gently as you press your head into your palms. So you're pressing the back of your head into the palms. Feel the heart lifting, and the core is strong here. Low ribs lifting up and away from the pelvis. Wonderful. Let's inhale, arms reach up toward the sky. Exhale, sweeping arms out and down. Good. And after that, you can roll your shoulders again. You might inhale, lift, shoulders up. Exhale, reach them back and down. You can wiggle and dance the shoulders out. Shake the arms. Shake the legs. Whatever you need. Perhaps giving the legs a bit of a massage. That can be very lovely. And you can either stay seated here in Sukhasana with the legs crossed, or we have the option to transition at this time into Virasana, coming onto the knees and then untucking toes, sitting on the heels. So this is an option for the next series of stretches, but we'll be stretching through the spine. So if you prefer to stay in Sukhasana on the bum, then you can. Another way to support yourself, if you're feeling like this is comfortable here on the heels, but I could use a bit more support, you might sit on your bolster or a block. I like to take a block between my feet and then put a pillow on top. So this is a nice way to support the body here. Good. And as you are settled, just wherever you are, there's a nice long spine here, tall through the spinal column. We'll connect with the breath. You may take a sigh breath out. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, stretching over toward the right side. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, stretching over toward the left. You can take your hand to your hip as I'm doing, or you might rest it down. Breathing in, stretching through center. Lateral stretch at the side. Beautiful. Let's come over to the right side. You can bring your right hand to your hip. Then inhale, stretch left arm out to the side here. You can look at the hand with the gaze. Exhale, reaching over to the right again. So we're just working with the same side now. Wonderful. Breathing in, arm reaching out, looking at that hand with the gaze. Breathing out, stretching up and over. Once more. Inhale. Now as you exhale, wrap your left arm around your heart. You can hold your shoulder. The right arm scoops underneath the left. Give yourself a great big squeeze here. Deep breaths into the front, sides, back of the heart. And as you embrace your own self, you may like to sway. Just like you've scooped yourself up, a loved one, in a great big bear hug. A tight squeeze, filled with love. And you might turn your head away from the elbows, a gentle twisting exploration. Perhaps you turn your head with your elbows. Beautiful. One more breath in and out. Let's inhale, open the arms out wide. We'll draw the left hand to the hip, right arm reaches up and over. Inhale here, right arm reaches out. You can look at the hand with your gaze. Exhale, you're lengthening into the right side body. A couple more times, moving with your breath. Welcoming in the air element into your being. Air moving from the heart all throughout the body to every cell. Heart-centered energy moving through you. Like you could breathe love through the whole body. Let's inhale, reach right arm out. Exhale, wrap your arm around your body. Left arm scoops underneath the right. Big hug. Perhaps you pause. Just connecting with the breath, being here in the sweetness of this embrace. You may sway. This might come naturally. Perhaps turning the nose away from the elbows. Maybe with the elbows. Beautiful. Inhale, arms reach out. Exhale, relax them down. You can rest your palms to face up in your lap. Notice how you feel. Shoulders softening down and back. Shoulders are heavy, arms are heavy. Hands. Sensing how the heart is light. And we'll shift into table pose, coming to our hands and knees. You can take your time. If you like to have some extra padding underneath your knees or your wrists, you can fold a blanket underneath. You can also bring some extra folds into your yoga mat. I'm using 2 yoga mats. So the floor is a bit hard here, so that might be a nice option for you too. And as you're first arriving, after being seated for a little bit, it can be nice to rock the hips from side to side. Even to circle, hips around and around. One way and the other way too. Now you're welcome to stay here in table pose. You can rest in child's pose or on your belly anytime. If you feel comfortable practicing downward facing dog today, Adho Mukha Svanasana, you can spread your fingers out nice and wide, pressing down through the palms and out through the pads of the fingers to the tips. Tuck toes, reach hips up and back as you press into the hands and the balls of the feet. Smoothing out through the spine here. The tailbone reaches up and you let the crown of the head and the head soften down toward the earth. The neck is relaxed. You might even shake your head yes and no. Belly moving toward thighs. Chest toward knees, maintaining perhaps a bend in the knees here. You might even like to walk it out, to pedal out through the feet, lifting one heel and the other. You could imagine you're squishing little pillows underneath your heels, just pressing them down, one and then the other. Now from either downward facing dog or table pose, we'll reach the right leg back. The leg is nice and long. You might imagine it as an extension of your spine. Flex your foot, hips are level. Deep breath in. Exhale, sweep right foot forward between the hands. And you can take one big step and as many little scooches and wiggles as you need to draw ankle under knee. You might even reach for your block here as you're settling in. Let's lower the left knee, untuck the toes. So our blocks can magically make our arms a bit longer and bring the ground up to us. Okay, so we have right foot forward, the left thigh and hip might be receiving a stretch here. You could feel that already. Exhale, draw the hips back, lift through the right side toes. Inhale, come forward, ground down through right side toes, shine your heart forward. Breathing out, rocking back. Breathing in, coming forward. We'll do that just a couple of times. Know that you can pause anywhere along the way. Wonderful. If you wish to pause in the half split with the toes lifted, hips back, you can stay there. You might wish to pause, coming forward, opening through the heart and lengthening through hip flexors and quads on left side. Now the next time you come forward, we'll meet here and rise up into Anjani Asana. The arms stretching up toward the sky, shoulders relax down. Find a focal point here to support your balance. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bend through the elbows. If it's comfortable for you, you can lift the heart, gentle back bend. Inhale, smoothing out through the spine, arms lift. Exhale, gentle heart opening as the arms bend. Wonderful. Let's exhale one more time. Inhale, arms open out wide. Exhale, swan dive forward just like a bird into your low lunge and step back to table or downward facing dog. So whichever is your preference today, listening to your body, noticing your level of energy. How gentle do you wish your gentle Hatha yoga practice to be? You choose. You may pause in stillness, or you can pedal out through the feet and wag the tail. Inhale, three-legged dog or three-legged table. Flexing the foot, leg is nice and long. Exhale, hug the knee in toward the chest. Step the foot forward between the hands. So this might take a little bit of scooching and wiggling to bring ankle underneath, lower through the right knee, untuck toes. And you can find your flow as you're ready. Inhaling, heart shines forward. Exhale, hips reach back, lift toes. And it may be different on this side, so you can just notice to what degree do you wish to stretch here on this side. It doesn't have to be the same. We're mindful to avoid locking through the front knee as you exhale back. Maybe the block comes with you to help you to make space, to maintain comfort, ease in your flow. The breath is with you wherever you are. It's just the air. The loving energy is with you wherever you are. In constant contact, just as we are in constant contact with the air. We come forward, lift the arms, Anjani Asana, ankle under knee here on the front. Nice long spine. A challenge for the balance, you can find a drishti, a focal point. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the elbows, lift the heart, shoulders reach down and back. Inhale, reach up. Lengthen, stretch up. Exhale, lift the heart toward the sky. Moving with breath. You might notice that after several of these heart opening movements, that your range of motion, that thoracic mobility increases. Your comfortable range of heart opening expands. One more time, we'll inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, arms reach out wide. Exhale, swan diving forward. Good. Stepping back to table or downward dog once again. Taking your time to pause or to move and stretch from table or downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now from here, you can shift into either a kneeling plank or a high plank. Let's align shoulders over the wrists. The hands are about shoulder width distance apart. Core and glutes are strong. We'll just be pausing here for a moment. Send the shoulders away from the ears and feeling here in this strengthening posture. The heart is reaching toward the end of your mat, the front of your mat there. So rather than rounding through the back and looking down at the hands, we actually lengthen, draw heart forward, and look toward the edge of the mat. Exhale, slowly lowering down, all the way down to your belly. Let's stack the palms. Rest the forehead on the back of your hand. Taking a break here, a breather. The big toes come toward each other, the heels reach out. Let your arms and your shoulders relax, the whole heart space. So the arms are included in this physical realm of the heart center of anahata. This includes our arms and hands as well. So you're resting through the arms, feel the shoulders, the chest, the upper back softening, the belly, the low back, glutes, legs, the whole body heavy, the whole body held by the ground below. You might once again notice that sense of touch and contact with the earth below. Perhaps taking some more sigh breaths, breathing in through the nose and then out of the mouth. In through the nose, out of the mouth. One more breath in stillness. And from this prone position, so this position where we're laying on the belly, let's draw the hands underneath the shoulders, like you're framing your heart with your hands here. Press down through the pubic bone. Feel your glutes engaging and a slight pelvic tilt happening here. Tailbone lengthening towards your heels. Press down through the tops of your feet. Sense your legs activating. Tips of the toes reach back. We'll slowly lift now the head, neck, chest for baby cobra. Keep the chin tucking toward the throat so the back and front of the neck are long. Shoulders draw down and back. You might imagine you have a lovely yoga assistant here, and they're just gently guiding the physical heart space, the front of the heart open, supporting your shoulders and melting down away from the ears and hugging shoulder blades towards spine. Let's inhale to slowly lower back down. Keep core and glutes engaged. Exhale, pressing back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, rising. So your core, glutes, legs stay active. You're not using your hands here. Option to keep flowing in this baby cobra pose, flowing in and out. Or if you wish to pause at the top, you can pause there. The heart reaching forward. You might even like to bring your arms along beside you. Perhaps imagining that you are a superhero in the sky, flying through the air. The legs may lift as well. Big toes zipping toward each other. One more deep breath in. Exhale, we come back to rest on the front of the body, stacking the palms. Let the forehead rest down. The breath is smooth and steady. Release your effort. Let your body be heavy here. Noticing a sense of density, the contact with the earth, but also a sense of lightness, of spaciousness, connection with the air all around you. As if the back body relaxes into the space above and all around you. We'll be shifting now into table pose, taking your time. And from this table pose, we'll melt into anahata, our puppy stretch. So here we keep the hips over the knees. The upper body melts down, softens down toward the earth. You can stretch your arms forward as an option. Let your forehead come down to the ground. Another option is to fold your arms, let your forearms support your head. Or, just like we did at the beginning of practice from seated, you could interlace your fingers and bring your hands to the back of your head. Your elbows walking out and away. You might pause here. Breathe into the front, sides, back of the heart. Cultivating a sense of spaciousness between the vertebrae and the spinal column. Deep breaths here. Noticing the movement of the lungs with each breath. Imagine this flow as if the lungs are moving like a pair of wings in the heart. Each breath taking you to a deeper place of awareness. You're journeying inward. Just as a bird can use its wings to travel, you're using this breath supporting you in accessing this place of peace within, of love, journeying there with these wings of the heart. Now we'll slowly come out of anahata. You can ground down through your palms, walk your hands back, come into table pose. And holding space once again for intuitive movement. You can notice whatever you might need, whether that is some shifting of the hips and the low back from side to side, perhaps some rounds of kneeling cat and cow stretches, rolls of the shoulders from table or from seated. So we will be shifting next into a seat. So if there's any of that kind of movement that would be better found from a seated position rather than kneeling, you can make your way there. And I'll demonstrate where we're headed next, which is into a restorative posture for final relaxation, a supported heart opening pose. So you can use 1 or 2 blocks for this. If you have 1 block, we'll place it parallel to the short edge of your mat. If you have 2 blocks, so that first block would be on its middle height. If you have 2 blocks, then you can take the second block on its lowest height, parallel with the long edges of your mat, like you're making a capital letter T shape with your blocks. And then gathering your bolster, you place the bolster on top. I like to use a pillow for this too, so you can have a pillow handy, and I use it for my head, but if you are prone to tension in the shoulders or tightness across the front of the heart space, what you can do is have a couple of pillows on either side of your bolster to support your shoulders while you rest here. So we really want to be without any effort in this pose. taking our final relaxation from this supported back bend. So we sit right in front of the cushion. You might even use your hands to smush it down a little bit if needed. I like to start with my legs bent in front of me here. If you have another bolster, you can tuck your second bolster under your knees. Beginning to lay back so the spine is supported by the bolster. The pillow may come beneath the head, or perhaps some pillows support your forearms. Tucking the chin toward the throat once again, front and back of the neck are long. Shoulders draw down and back, the arms rest at the sides. The palms facing upward. Now tilt the pelvis, a slight pelvic tilt to check in that the low back is reaching toward the heels. Low back is smooth as well. And if it feels comfortable, you might extend through your legs. As you're first settling in, notice if there are any other movements that you wish to find, or any movements that feel needed to promote your comfort. Is there any craving that you could get even just a tiny little touch more comfy? Hold space for the movement to support that. You deserve to be in complete comfort. You deserve to be tended to with a strong attention to detail. Good, and you can notice your breath. Sense the movement of the breath in your body. Inhales moving down and into the body. Exhales flowing up and out. As the breath draws down and into the body, the air, body relaxes upward, outward, it expands. Air moves up and out, body relaxes downward toward the earth. Allow your breath to soften into its natural rhythm. Nothing to shape, to change, to make happen. Surrendering here, completely relaxed. And without changing the breath in any way, imagine, perhaps sensing even loving energy drawing in from the crown of the head all the way down into the heart center. You might imagine it flowing from the universe, from source energy into the heart center, as if water falling into the body. pooling at the heart. And as you exhale, it spills over. Your heart overflows of this energy down through the body to the feet, all the way down through the rest of the body and to the feet. You breathe in through the crown of the head like this waterfall of energy pours down through the crown, the mind's-eye center, through the throat and into the heart, pooling there. The heart receives and also releases this energy. Let it flow from the heart, overflow from the heart on the exhale down all the way to the soles of the feet. Breathing in through the crown to the heart. Breathing out from the heart through the rest of the body to the feet. Your heart constantly receiving and sharing outward loving energy. Your heart overflowing with this loving energy, yet never running out, never pouring out too much. It's in constant receiving. Letting in, letting out. An endless river, an endless waterfall. In terms of the air element, you might think about how the wind moves across our planet. Where does it end? Where does it begin? In constant motion, always happening, moving through. You can let go of the visual if you wish to, or perhaps you keep working with it, exploring. Notice if there's any lingering effort that could be released. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. A full breath out of the mouth. Again. This time, inhale, the arms reach out to your sides. Exhale, wrap your arms around your body. Another big hug. Just notice which arm is on top. Inhale, open the arms out wide. Exhale, opposite arm on top. Inhale, arms out wide. Exhale, root down through your hands by your hips. Bend the knees. Taking all the time you need to shift. You might rock your knees from side to side. You could also turn your head away from the knees. Open the knees and the feet a little further. And we'll meet in a seated posture. So you might just roll toward one side. Let your arm catch you. Rising up slowly. Coming to a comfortable seat in the closing of this practice. And shoulders drawing down and back. The heart shining forward. Let's gather the hands palm to palm at the heart. Opening up the 3 centermost fingers, so the index, middle, and ring finger. The thumbs and the pinkies stay in connection, the heels of the palms as well. Bringing this Padme Mudra to the heart center, this lotus mudra. You might imagine a beautiful lotus basking in the light of your heart, while also present is everything that you have grown through, the murky waters that the lotus does move through, the mud, the darker spaces. Know that there's room for all of this in the heart center. There's nothing to push away, nothing to resist. Whatever is here, beautiful in your own way. Remembering the presence of the lotus, of the love, the joy, the radiance, the beauty that is unfolding like flower petals, that is growing, expanding, rising up from the depths to the surface. And we'll bring the hands into Anjali Mudra here. So all of the fingers now and the palms connect. Let's bow the head toward the heart center. Take a moment to thank yourself, to really thank yourself for making this time to be in connection with your heart space, to open to the wisdom of your being, to be receptive to the wisdom of your being, to honor what you need, to share that with yourself, to share love, kindness, tenderness with yourself through your practice. Whenever you are ready, you can open through the eyes. Take a moment to come back to your space. You might even just keep the eyes closed and be listening. Be noticing how you feel and just listening. So I'd love to share with you about a yoga teacher training that is so near and dear to my heart, and that has impacted hearts all across the planet in our global community, our global Sangha. And this is the 200-hour yoga teacher training, an online training with the School of Living Yoga called the Embodied Wisdom Yoga Teacher Training. So you might have heard of this. I've chatted about this on many occasions on my channel. And the 200-hour yoga teacher training is so beautiful as it is flexible to any schedule to meet your needs and the diversity of life experiences, life happenings, and schedules that are present, different levels of responsibility and things like that. So it's very flexible and spacious, as it's a program that you can move through at your own pace. Yet it's also formatted in the way that we move through the program with the chakras. So the outline of the course content is organized around the chakras. So you start with the root chakra in the first module, and then you really feel like you have the foundation to move into the second chakra. So the content is coming in that way until you move to the crown. And it's just such a supportive learning environment as well. We hear this time and time again from previous graduates of the program that the learning environment is just such a loving and safe container for individuals to really blossom into their own authentic teacher, to feel comfortable and confident to share your authentic voice and teaching style, to feel empowered and uplifted by the Sangha, to really step into your own unique way of sharing the wisdom of yoga, embodying that wisdom through the journey that we move through. It's quite a transformational journey of deep, important healing work. And then toward the end of the training, it culminates in a teach that you get to share with your Sangha. And really, it's quite a beautiful, creative exploration and inquiry. So with this online training, there is a classroom that is so organized and just intelligently laid out that is very user-friendly. So even if you aren't sure of the technology, we again hear time and time again that it's really easy to move through, easeful, feels easeful. There's lots of support from the community, lots of live connections with your peers and with your mentors. We engage in live calls and in a private online sanctuary, a private community that's online. And yeah, we are starting. So again, it's move at your own pace. We do go through like a 9-month sort of cohort together, but you can move through the training beyond that time frame. There's no limit of time that you can spend diving into the offerings, the content of the training. But we do begin with our next cohort in September. So if you're finding this video right now, it's early July, and we are starting to book calls. So if you have questions about this training, you can book a call with me so that we can have a chat and sort of like an interview. We can get to know each other, and then you can ask me any questions. I can tell you about the training. And I want to share with you, I'm just going to come up to my computer here, some links so that you can see here some more information. I have some links ready for you so that you can, let's see. Oops, I had the wrong link. I'm going to give you this link here, which is a link that you can use to book a call with me so that we can chat more. If you want to book a Zoom meeting with me, then we can go over this, and I can get you, I'll put in the description of this video a link to the info package. I'll put this link to book a meeting with me, and then we can chat more about this training if this is something that's interesting or of interest to you. So I know that for so many people, the 200-hour yoga teacher training is something that is people feel excited to dive into, and then there's just the wondering about when or how or can I, or is it for me? So we have lots of this comes up a lot, and a lot of the times, or like all of the times, the trainees are saying, just do it, just go for it. If you're thinking about it, it's a calling, and if you're feeling the call, it's time to dive in. This is your sign. And ready is a choice. You can just make it happen. You can say yes. So feel free to book a call with me, and we can chat further about this. I can get you some more info. I'll put some more info in the description of this video if you're watching this after the fact, or feel free to leave me a comment if you have any questions about this. And I so appreciate you all being here. If you are joining me live tonight, or whether you're watching the replay of this live practice, I host live practices on my channel every Monday, excluding some holidays. So I didn't have one last week because it was Canada Day. But every Monday at 7 p.m. EST. And I would love to see you live. I love seeing these comments. Thank you, Ali, for chiming in. And hi, Tina, too. I'm glad that you guys like the sunbeams, and I'm glad that you enjoyed the practice. Lovely to see your names popping up and to see your comments. I really appreciate your support and you being here. I want you to know that I have the next week's practice uploaded. So before you sign off of YouTube, you can just go onto my channel. You can see live practices. There will be an upcoming session and you can select notify me so that you don't miss out on attending next week's class, which will be another heart chakra themed practice. Some more restorative yoga in that practice. So tonight was more of dynamic, flowing, fluid Hatha yoga. We'll be softening into some stillness, some restorative yoga postures next week, but also with the beautiful, enjoyable weaving in before restorative yoga of Abhyanga. So I was talking a lot about how the heart chakra connects us with our sense of touch. And as we connect with the heart, it's a wonderful time to bring in some gentle, loving kindness for ourselves through touch, through self-massage. So that is coming next week. Abhyanga into restorative yoga. Please click the notify me thingy on my on my channel. Yeah, and I'll look forward to seeing you then. And I just wish you so much love, peace, love, and light to each of you. And we'll see you very soon. Be in touch with any questions, any check-in items, anytime. And yeah, otherwise, yeah, Abhyanga is the best. Love it so much. I'm excited. Very, very nourishing and soothing. Okay, so I'll say goodbye now and see you soon.